bhakti has two things. Bhava bhakti and sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti and siddha bhakti. These two words you have to know. Sadhana and siddha. Sadhana is the way to do things. Sadhana is what you do. If you want to move yourself away from these things, sadhana is a discipline that you observe in bhakti, sadhana. And siddha bhakti is what Bhagavan gives to you.
समझ गए? I don't know. I just wonder why people don't come and do these things before I start and mess up everything. Yes, as we were saying, it is too loud. It is very much loud. I don't know if you ever hear it. Loud and echoing. What was wrong with it before? Huh? Yeah, but you know, they come and mess it up. No, he can't get it done proper. Shri Radhe Govinda
भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है
Shri Radhe Govinda भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है Shri Radhe Govinda भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है detoxing ourselves, move away from people who lies to you, move away from people who disrespect you, and move away from people who put you down, and move away from people who do not value you. Now, you don't have to have a special position for people to value you. People must value you as a person. And when they can't value you as a person, you must move away from them. And to do this, you have to have bhakti, devotion. And as I was saying before we were interrupted by all this noise, in bhakti, there are two types. One is called sadhana bhakti, and one is called siddha bhakti. Sadhana bhakti is what you do. And sadhana bhakti is divided into sadhana and bhav. Bhav, bhava bhakti, how you worship the Lord and how you think about the Lord. And if you think the Lord is, one of the things about bhava bhakti is that you have to have that faith. The faith that the Lord is here with me and He cannot move me from this. Narad went and asked the Gopi, Gopi, you do not know any mantra, and yet I see that you are sitting quietly. What are you thinking about? The Gopi said to him, Narad, you would not understand. You go away from here. You would not understand what I'm thinking about. Now that made Narad more curious. This thing is still too loud, I think, and it's echoing too much still. I don't know if it can be rectified without it collapsing again. So, yeah. So Narad asked the Gopi, what are you thinking about? He said, Narad, you would not understand what I'm thinking about. You go. So Narad, what you are thinking about? Narad said, you would not understand. And the Gopi said, you would not understand what I'm thinking about. So he insisted, and then she said to him, what I'm thinking about is how I can forget Krishna. Right? How I can forget, I don't know what's happening with this. It's going from bad to worse, I think. Can we get some bhajan until get somebody to look after it so that it gets better? It's echoing too much, and it's. I don't know why this can't be set before I start this. Anyhow, there you are. I don't have that bhakti yet, not to get upset, but no wonder people don't look at the program anymore. Sri Radhe Govinda Mana Bhajale Hari Ka Pyara Dham Hai.
Shri Radhe Govinda Mana Bhajale Hari Ka Pyara Naam Hai. Gopala Hari Ka Pyara Naam Hai.
नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले
हरि का प्यारा नाम है
और अब पर
कोई कहे वसुदेव की नंदन कोई कहे नंदलाला
कोई कहे नंदलाला
let me use a different mic. Let me use a different mic. Maybe this is better. Maybe this is
No, you should use mine. You need a chorus. Don't give up your heart.
hello, hello, hello.
You get it?
Yeah. So, as you were saying, so let's start over from the beginning. I told you to detox your life by eliminating anyone who lies to you, who disrespects you, who put you down, and who do not value you. Try to get rid of that. And to do this, you have to have lots of bhakti. You have to have lots of devotion. Because if you want to measure how you're advancing spiritually, you don't have to worry about detoxification. It comes naturally to you. So how you detox yourself? You detox yourself by doing bhava bhakti, by imagine when you have that faith in the Lord, that the Lord is always with you, forever with you. He's never one day absent from you. And as I was telling you, Narad was asking the Gopi, who are you praying to? Who are you? What are you in this meditation? And I said, the Gopi said to Narad, you would not understand what I'm doing. And I said earlier, before we get all this interruption with the noises, she said to him, Narad, my mind cannot move away from Krishna. Look at this. Sages and saints, for years and lifetimes, they are trying to get their mind involved with Krishna. And she's saying, I cannot get my mind, I want my mind to be removed from Krishna. I sleep, I see Krishna. I wake, I see Krishna. I go to in the Yamuna to bed, I see Krishna. My children, I'm playing with them, I'm seeing them as Krishna. I'm milking the cows, I'm seeing Krishna. When our faith can be like that, when we can be this deeply involved, you ask yourselves, do I have to do anything else? No, you don't have to do anything else. And a detox, which I told you about, move away from people who lie to you, move away from people who disrespect you, move away from people who put you down, and move away from people who do not value you. These are very, very important things. If you move away from these people, you will not have the cause to get angry. You will not get the cause to hate. You will not get the cause to say to your mind, I wish something bad will happen to these people. You would not do that. Because what? You have moved away from them. And I said, if you want to know how you're advancing spiritually, you must get what is known as kshanti. Not shanti, but krush. Kshanti. Kshanti means when you are at peace with yourself, and anger and jealousy does not arise in your hearts anymore. And you can be one with people, and no matter how they abuse you, whatever they say to you, what do? You don't have to take the abuse. You don't have to answer them. What do? You move away from them. But because we have been told as we grow up by our parents, you can't take that. You see your parents being angry. You see your parents being jealous. You see your parents being hateful. When you see this, you eventually adopt the same attitude. Because when you are in your mother's womb, you are saying to the Lord, when I get out, I don't want to come back again. But we get affected by all this. And so you detox yourself by getting away from this. A detox is your opportunity to give your mind and body a break and allow your own self-healing process. To become a happier version of life, if you can detox yourselves by these 4 things which I told you about, then you will see the opportunity to get that calmness, that joy, that inner joy. Next slide. The most beautiful part of us are not what people can see with their eyes. It's a very important statement. The most beautiful part of us are not what people can see with their eyes, but what they can feel with their heart. We are all travelers in this world. We travel. And when we travel, वह कौन तेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ, वह कौन तेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ, जब ले ले घड़ी भर ये छैया पाएगा कहाँ, वह कौन तेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ, जब ले घड़ी भर ये छैया पाएगा कहाँ, वह कौन है तेरा कौन है तेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ. There's no one of your own, O traveler. Take a breather. Take a breather. You want to have shanti? You want to get rid of anger? There's no one who of your own, O traveler. Musafir means traveler. Take a breather. Where will you get this cool shade? There is no one of your own. You are your own Atma, your own soul. वह कौन है तेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ, मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ, जब ले ले घड़ी भर ये छैया पाएगा कहाँ, कौन तेरा बीत गए दिन प्यार की पलछिन सपना बनी वो रातें. Those days are gone. Those moments of love, those nights are dreams now. You have to forget it. बीत गए दिन प्यार की पलछिन सपना बनी वो रातें. भूल गए वो जो भी भूला दे, प्यार की वो मुलाकातें, प्यार की वो मुलाकातें. सब दूर अंधेरा सब दूर अंधेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ वह कौन तेरा those days are gone, those moments of love, those nights are all dreams now. Those love-filled meetings, it's all dark for long distances. So where will you go, traveler? You are alone. बीत गए दिन प्यार की पलछिन सपनी बनी वो रातें भूल गए वो तू भी भूला दे प्यार की वो मुलाकातें प्यार की वो मुलाकातें सब दूर अंधेरा सब दूर अंधेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ कोई भी तेरी राह ना देखे no one is there waiting for you no one is going to show you the way कोई भी तेरी राह ना देखे नहीं न बिछाए न कोई दर्द से तेरी कोई न तड़पा आँख किसी की न रोई आँख किसी की न रोई काहे किसको तू मेरा काहे किसको तू मेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ दम ले लेगा दम ले लेगा दम ले ले घड़े भर ये छया पाएगा कहाँ वह कौन है तेरा We are alone in this world. We travel alone. You think all these love meetings that you have, yeah. Oh, do start. Go back one. प्यार के वो मुलाकातें प्यार की वो मुलाकातें मुलाकातें means meetings प्यार की मुलाकातें those love-filled meetings they are only there temporary. You came alone. You want to know if you are proceeding, if you are progressing on your bhakti? You are progressing on your bhakti when someone asks you, what are you? And you can say to them with all confidence and not to get any sympathy for them. And you can say to them, I am nothing. When you can say to them, I am nothing, means you are, when you say you are nothing, when you are nothing, and you mean you are nothing, you are then everything. But when you say you are something, when you say you are nothing, you know what you are like? You are like space. I don't know how many of you know this. Space has no center. No? You are with me? Space has, because if something has a center, it can't be limitless. Because if it has a center, it will have a what? A boundary, a periphery. And there'll be a radius from the center to the periphery. But when you say you are nothing, this is very deep. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. When you say you are nothing, the lady asked the Buddha, your footsteps look like you are a prince, that you're supposed to be an emperor, but why are you in this garb and sitting under this tree? Who are you? Aren't you a prince? He said, no, I am nothing. He said, but you're supposed to conquer this whole world. He said, yes, I will conquer this world. I will conquer this world. I will conquer this world because I am nothing. If I was something, I would not be able to conquer this world. You get what I'm trying to say? So nothing is when there's no center, there's no periphery, and you must be like that space, all space. Beat gaye din, pyar ki parchil, apna bani vorate, sapna bani vorate, bhul gaye wo, tu bhi bhula de, pyar ki wo mulakate, pyar ki wo mulakate, sab dhura andhera, सब धूरा अंधेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ कब ले लेगा
ये छैया पाएगा कहाँ वह कौन है तेरा
So, another aspect of when you think, when you know your spiritual progress, when you value time. Many people do not value time. When you see you start valuing time, and also people's. Hello? Battery gone. Battery gone. Mic. And so, when you are on the spiritual path, you value time. And when you know you're on the spiritual path, when you live in this world, but the world is not where? The world is not in you. Ramakrishna Paramahansa said that when the boat is in the water, you must be like the boat on the water, travel on the water, but the water must not get into the boat. When the world is not in you, and you are in the world not getting into you means what? Means you're not affected by all the bright lights, you're not affected by what people say, oh, you must get this, you must get that, you must get the other, you have to get... No, you're not affected by that. Because what? You are not... The world is not living in you. This is a very important statement. It's not that simple. You live in the world, but the world must not live in you. Because if the water gets into the boat, eventually the boat will sink. So, live in the world, but the world must, that means you're advancing. And when you're advancing like that, you can detox yourself because that gives you the energy. You see, when you are nothing, when you say you are nothing and you really mean it, you are like space. You are filled with energy. Filled with energy. And when you're filled with energy, you have that power to do these things. To move away from people who put you down. Move away from people who disrespect you. Move away from people who speak ill about you. Move away. Don't bother. So this is telling you, I am getting to the path of glory. I am not going to take. So वह कौन है तेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ वह कौन तेरा So, what is the thing? To get to that part, you must have that complete faith in Him. One of the sign of bhakti is that you know the Lord is Patitapavan. And when you know He's Patitapavan, that He's the one who's going to rescue you. When you are fallen, He's going to rescue you. The problem in your life are nothing compared with your ability to solve them. Don't overestimate your problems and underestimate yourself. The problem in your life are nothing compared with your ability to solve them. Not that you don't have the ability, because we underestimate our ability. When we underestimate our ability and we are fallen, what Tulsidas says? Kam hinari piyari jimi loba priye jimi dam tivar gunata nirantara priya lage mohira.
Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram.
Santa samana chitam hitayana hitana hikoi Baldava Santa samana chitam hitayana hitana hikoi Anjalikata sumana jimi samasuganda karado bolo when you have that yearning for God, when you are free, you have freedom from people praising you. I'm repeating it. I know I'm repeating it because it's very important that you absorb it. When you have that freedom from praises, when you go to a place and the person does not come and say, well, please come and sit in front, please come and sit here, please come. We are all affected. I'm affected by it. We are all affected by it. All of us. Because we said what? We say we are only human beings. Yeah. You are the external human being, but you have to look at the inside human being. And when you have freedom from praises, and no matter what you do it as a service to Bhagwan, as a service to the Lord. You don't do it as a service to say somebody, oh, what a great person you are. They can say that. I'm not saying they can't say that. They can say that. But you must not feel your head getting bigger. That is where the problem is. Not only that, you must not look for the praise. Without saying it, some of us look for the praise. Most of us look for the praise. So Tulsidas is saying, Ballava salta samana chita hitayana hitana hikoi I bow down to those saints who have no friend and who have no foe. It's just like a flower. A flower, when it has beautiful fragrance, and when it is plucked by the hand, it gives the fragrance to the hand that has plucked it also. When we can be like that, people are not always going to be nice to us. Your own people are not nice to you. You must take this as a test of your spirituality and go forward. Never ever say, because this has happened to me, I should not go. No, you go forward. Problem in life are nothing compared with your ability to solve them. Don't overestimate your problems and underestimate yourself. Bhagwan Ram was sent into the jungle. His father was crying, can't speak to him. Words will not come out from his father. His beautiful doha. His beautiful doha, it's a Mangala Samay Sadehabad Sochi Pariharitat Ayatudei Harashahiya Kahi Pulake Prabhugat Mangala Samaya Sadehabad. He says, Father, this is a beautiful time. Mangala Samay. Mangala Samaya Sanehabas Sochu Pariharita. Command me to go with a glad heart. Why? Ayasode Harashahiya Kahi Pulake Prabhugat. Look at Lord Rama. He was supposed to be given the kingdom of Ayodhya. The next day, his father called him and said, look, you must go to the jungle. Was he unhappy? He was happy. He's happy. He's telling his father, what a great joy it is. I will go there and I'll meet all the saints and all the sages and I'll befriend them. I will talk to them. This is what happened to us in life. Obstruction and objection come from all sides. So are we going to sit down and cry? No. God has given you energy. God has given you faith. And God is telling you, don't underestimate your ability. Do not. And when you do not underestimate your ability, you'll be surprised how you will rise like the cream to the top. The cream always rises. You all boil milk? Yeah. You boil the milk, you'll see the cream comes up on top. And there's nothing better than cream in the milk. That's what my mother used to feed me. That's what I I don't know if you know what they used to hot the milk on the karahi, and we call it bonbon in Guyana. The milk that is left on the karahi, and they got to scrape it. Well, my auntie used to do that. And we just hear the scrape. When we scrape it, all the children gone there. So the cream always rises to the top. And we must never let the Wah kaun hai tera musafir. You are a traveler in this world. You are alone. You are alone. All these things, so take a little rest. He says, take a breather. Take a breather here, where the shade is cool. Where is the shade cool? The shade is cool in yourself. You don't have to say that you are. The shade is cool only in the temple. No. Or in your altar. No, the shade is always cool with you. Wah kaun hai tera musafir जाएगा कहाँ
वहाँ कौन तेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ
दम ले ले घड़ी भर ये छैया पाएगा कहाँ वह
तेरे घड़ी पर ये छैया पाएगा कहाँ यहाँ कौन तेरा
There's no one else but you on this road. No one else but you. We are all alone. उतजाग मुसाफिर बोर भये अब रह कहाँ जो सोवत
जाग मुसाफिर और भई अब रैन कहाँ
जो सोवत है सो खोवत है जो जागत है सो पावत है उत
जाग मुसाफिर और भई अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है
तू नींद से अखियाँ खोल जरा तू नींद से अखियाँ खोल जरा और अपने प्रभु से ध्यान लगा
और अपने प्रभु से ध्यान लगा
यह प्रीत के रल की रीत नहीं प्रभु जागत है सो पावत है
उठ जाग मुसाफिर और भई अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत है
जो कल करना है आज कर ले जो कल करना है आज कर ले जो आज करना है
जो आज करना
पछड़िया ये चुग के दलिया फिर पछताए क्या होवत है
उठ जाग मुसाफिर और भई अब रैन कहाँ जो सोवत
होवत है जहि पद सुर सरिता परम पुनीता प्रगट भये शिव से सदरे
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
सोई पद पंकज जहि पूजत सोई पद पंकज जहि पूजत अज मम सिर दर कृपाल रे सीताराम
राम राम सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
यही बात सिधारी गौतम नारी बार बार हरि चरण परे
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
जो अति मन भावा सो बरु पावा गए पति लोक भरे
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम a prayer by Gautam Nari Ahalya. He says, Jehi pada surasi sarita paramapurita pragata bhaye shivasi sadhare. The merciful Lord placed his feet upon my head. This is what, when you are in spiritual progress, you always want to chant the name of the Lord. You always want to sing his name. You always want to take part in bhajan and kirtan. You never said bhajan and kirtan is too much, I don't want to take part. So she, Gautamanari Ahilya, was in a stone for so many years. Yet she continued chanting Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. She continued chanting that. And why she continued chanting that? Because in the end, the result she got, Lord Hari. He says what? Yehi bhati siddhari Gautamanari bara bara hari charana pare. Falling again and again and again on the Lord's feet. You know what he said? What she said to him? Jo ati manabhava sobarupava gayapati loka analavare. Says she what? Bless me so I can go join with my husband. I don't want to live in this world anymore. She doesn't want to live in this world anymore because Vah kaun hai tera Musafir, she stopped traveling. She does not want to travel anymore. This is the end for me. One saint, one sadhu was singing, and what's the founder of the Hare Krishna movement? What's his name again?
Prabhupada.
No. 500 years ago. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came to him and he asked him, this devotee who was singing, he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when will I be able to see the Lord? When will my eye be blessed with the presence of the Lord? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you see this tree? Count the leaves of this tree, and so many lifetimes you have to come back to see the Lord. You know what he did? He danced. He danced and sang, and he said, at least after my 7,000th birth, I'll be able to see the Lord. You know what Chaitanya Prabhu says? You know what? You will see the Lord this year because you have so much love for the Lord. He jumped up the step. I'm going to see the Lord this year. And he jumped up and danced again. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you know what? You are going to see the Lord this month. He danced and jumped again because he was so filled, he was so immersed in the bhakti of the Lord. This is when you know you are on the path. You don't have to worry what people say about you anymore. You are on the path. You know your Atma and the Paramatma is what? Jud gaya. You come in two. In this time, when this love is so much, and so much between the two of them, between the Lord and himself, Chaitanya Prabhu says, you don't have to wait for the month. You will see the Lord now. And he gave him the darshan of the Lord. It says, Prem mein Purnima nahi hai. You understand what I mean? Prem mein Purnima nahi hai. Purnima, or the full moon. The full moon waxes and wanes, like our love for people. It waxes and wanes. But in true love, there is it's only full moon. It is no waxing and waning of the moon. It's there constantly, constantly there. And then Prabhu Ram said unto his father, this beautiful chopai, he said, this beautiful chopai is taken from Ayodhya card, yes. Ayodhya card after Doha 45.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Danya Janamo Jagate Talataso, Danya Janamo Jagate Talataso, Peta He Prabodo Chanita Sunijaso.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Chari pada ratha chari pada ratha karatalata ke chari pada karatalata ke priya pitu mato prana samaja ke.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
So Prabhu Ram said to his father, when you do all this bhakti, all this will come to you. He said, Sri Ramchandra ने फिर कहा, इस पृथ्वी तल पर उसी पुत्र का जन्म धन्य है, जिसके चरित्र को सुनकर पिता को परम आनंद हो. Blessed is his life upon the earth, whose father is pleased to hear of his doings. Every father would like his child to be better than him. And they're so happy to hear that. Every child would like, every father would like to hear his child is better than him. And that son is blessed who can be better than his father. और जिसके माता पिता प्राणों के समान प्रिय है. The one who loves their father and mother as their own life. चारों पदार्थ अर्थ धर्म काम और मोक्ष उसके मुट्ठी में रहते हैं. When you love your parents as your own life, that all the four purusharth, all the four efforts of this world, dharma, which is your religious principle, artha, money, kama, pleasures, and moksha, attainment of all that comes when you are advancing on this spiritual path. So in summary, I would like to say this morning that we detox ourselves by moving away from people who are not, who lie to us, who disrespect us, who put us down, and who have no value for us. Also, to get a detox is your opportunity to give your mind and body a break and allow your own self-healing process so you can become a happier version of yourself. That is by detoxing. And the most beautiful part of us are not what people can see with their eyes, but what they can feel with their heart. And always remember the problems in your life, never underestimate yourself. You are a part of God. You have that energy. You are like space. You say, I am nothing. And in that nothingness, that energy is built up. And when that energy is built up, what you cannot do? And remember what I told you about the Gopi and Narad. When Narad went and asked the Gopi that, who are you meditating on? The Gopi said, don't worry, you won't understand. But Narad says, you don't know any mantras and puja. He said, who are you meditating on? She said, what? Don't worry, what I sing to him. Hoto se chule tum, mera geeta amar kar do. जब प्यार करे कोई तो देखे केवल बल
जब प्यार करे कोई तो देखे केवल बल
धैर्य चला कर तू ये रीत अबर कर दो There is no restriction of age, not the bonds of life. When someone loves you, they should not see only your outer feature, they should see your soul. And when they see your soul, that bond will be that strong. Na umra ki seema ho, not age, na janma ka ho bandhan, not the bonds of lives. Oh, jab pyar kare koi, to dekhe keval mal. When someone loves you, see their soul only. And when you see their soul, the love will be amar. आकाश का सूनापन मेरे तन्हा मेरे मल पे
आकाश का सूनापन मेरे हाथ में
पायल छनकाती तुम आ जाओ जीवन में
पायल चमकाती तुम आ जाओ Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare
Oh, enjoy, enjoy. Let's all sing with bliss. Get into that bliss of the Lord. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo.
Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare
Kabir Doha, what Kabir says it is Doha, beautiful for us to remember. ऐसी बानी बोलिए मन का आपा खो
दीवानी बोलिए मन का आपा
अपना तन शीतल करे औरन को सुख हो कबीरा औरन को सुख हो Go back on the Doha. It is said in the Doha, which I just said, which has moved so fast that I can't even say it, that speak such words that people are not uncomfortable with you. Where is Padita? Nobody sits there? Okay. आप बोटी की हुआ बच जाए भाई हाँ first go how do you adjust that दुख में सुमिरन सब करे सुख में करे न कोई दुख में सुमिरन
सब करे सुख में करे न कोई
एक मिनट पंडित जी वो क्या चाहिए यहाँ पर आइए तो आने दो बच्ची है छोटा बच्चा है इसको आने दो हाँ यहाँ से दर्शन करो भाई ठीक है हाँ, बस। दुख में सुमिरन सब करे सुख में करे न कोई जो सुख में सुमिरन करे दुख काहे को होए कबीरा
दुख काहे
ऐसे बानी बोलिए. This is about the most important doha. ऐसे बानी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए. Speak such words is only humility, humbleness, humility, respect for others. ऐसे बानी बोलिए
मन का आपा खोए,
अपना तन शीतल करे.
औरों को सुख होए कबीरा, औरों को सुख होए.
बड़ा हुआ तो क्या हुआ जैसे पेड़ खजूर.
बड़ा हुआ तो क्या हुआ जैसे पेड़ खजूर.
पलटी को छाया नहीं
फल लगा अति दूर
फल लगा अति दूर. अच्छा बस. If we continue like this, then we'll just sing dua for the whole morning. When you go and you get what is known as an abnormal stress test, many people have gone and got stress tests before. Anyone here had a stress test? What? Nobody else had a stress test. Okay. You had a stress test? Okay. Then what next after the stress test? If the stress test is positive, meaning that they had to stop you while you were doing the stress test, because usually you could go for about 9 minutes on the stress test sometimes. And if they stop you because you are feeling chest pain, or you are feeling bad, or your blood pressure has risen up to a high number, or your pulse has gone up very high, then they will stop you. So what after that? Then it means you have coronary artery disease. And I will show you on a diagram how much the artery has to be blocked. If you look at that diagram there, which Prabhat has so kindly put up, you see 0%? You all see that, right? That's a normal artery. Then there's 20%. There's some calcium around the artery. You can see that? The white thing that was not there in the first one, that white thing is calcium. Everybody sees that?
Yeah.
Then there's 45%. You can see the calcium is becoming more. Then there's 60%. And there's 70%. Up to 70% blockage. Take this from here today. Up to 70% blockage, we do not put a stent in. Because the stent alone will narrow the artery. You understand?
Yeah.
The artery is something like this, and then you got to put a stent in there. You see can you see what I'm showing you? So that stent alone, although it opens up the blockage, the stent alone is causing the block because the stent is within a small artery. So we do not trouble the artery unless it is more than 70% block. You got that? Most heart attacks, and this will surprise you here this morning, most heart attacks occur with less than 50% blockage. You know why? I should have put that. I didn't want to confuse it too many slides. You see that little calcium there? It's called a plaque. When that plaque ruptures means it breaks. When it breaks, it goes into the coronary artery and it forms a clot and blocks up the whole artery suddenly, and you get sudden death. That is the cause. because about 20%, 15 to 20% of heart attacks die suddenly. So, it is not because your artery is so blocked that you'll have lots of pain and angina and so forth. But sudden death usually, more than 50% occur where the artery is less than 50% blocked. Then, see the 70% block? After that, when you put 90%, between 70 and 90% block, then you will have positive stress test. A positive stress test is an indicator, see there? Indicator of advanced coronary artery disease and constitutes a late diagnosis. Executives they get stress tests. Big executives, they have stress tests every year. Go back on the previous slide, please, Brad. So coronary artery disease, where do you require treatment? When you're getting lots of pain. The pain with angina, angina is defined in Latin as angor animi. Angor animi means the pain of death. I've told you that before here. It's a crushing pain. You feel that someone is sitting on top of your chest. When you feel that someone is sitting on top of your chest, that is most likely angina. So if that happens, positive stress test, then an intervention is required. If there's less than severe disease, which I show, if you see they catheterize you, and they see you are less than 70%. Now, in many countries, like my country where I come from, Guyana, because people are hungry, doctors are hungry. You know what I mean? Ambulance chasers. You know what's ambulance chasers? Okay, when a doctor is hungry, he will dilate you at even 50%. He will put a stent in you even at 50%. You do not know. You rely upon him, not only in Guyana, but in many other developed countries where, in the States also, where hospitals have to make money. They treat you but in Canada, thank God we live in Canada. Canadian standard, you can never do that, because if that happens and they know, they will stop you from doing it. But in many of the other countries, there is no law. They are above the law. I just want you to know this, that if you're coronary, is that Rahul at the back there? Yeah. You agree with what I'm saying, Rahul? Yeah. Oh, because I didn't know you were there. I just suspect that was you. Rahul is an internist. He specialized in medicine. So if the coronary artery is less than 70% blocked, we do not stent that artery. And even when sometimes they do routine angiogram on people, some people, they're not all that sick. They don't have much pain, but they go to the doctor and say, let's do a routine angiogram, and you see big blockages, 90%, etc. They have no pain. You know why? The Lord has bypassed them already. What is it called? You know what it's called? You know what it's called? What is it called? Your nephew is a cardiologist, a good cardiologist too. What is it called? It's called collaterals. Collaterals mean new small arteries are made to bypass the block. And if there's less than severe disease, you put them on medication, Plavix. But at the same time, you have to make sure the patient's blood pressure is okay, they're not diabetic. Right, Rahul? You agree? And also you put them on a regime to exercise, to walk, and eat plant-based diet. You see how vegetarianism come back in again? Plant-based diet. By the time your stress test is positive, you have severe disease, you have been at risk for many years, and the treatment then is either stenting or bypass. There's coronary calcium scans. Before After stress test or before sometimes, they will do CAT scan of your arteries. You can see normal, you can see moderate, there's some calcium. Can you see the calcium in the moderate one? The calcium is here. That's the moderate, and the severe one is where that long calcium, see that? No, the white one, the very white, yeah. That's the calcium there. And by that, together with, if you have symptoms, you have to have bypass. Not bypass, you have to have an angiogram. So I just want you to know, if you got a stress test, which so many people have, and then there's another test which is called a nuclear scan. Many doctors in this country send the patients, after getting a positive stress test, they send them for nuclear scans. Some of those nuclear scans are not necessary, but there's a reason why they do it. I will go into that reason now. I'll leave it to your imagination. Gita Dhyana. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam
Narayanena Swayam
Yasena Gratitan Purana Muninam
Mati Mahabharatam
Advaita Mitavarshini Bhagavate
Ashtadashadhyayini Amba Pravadu Sarvadami Bhagavad Gita Bhagavad-vishini Namo
Namostute Vyat Savishala Buddhe
Mullara Vindaya Tapatra Netra
Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna
Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradeepa
Prapalla Parijataya
Rotra Vetrikapane
Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya
Gita Amritaduhe Namaha
Sarvopadishado Gavo
Loka Gopalanandana
Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhukta
Lukang Gita Amritam Mahadam
Vasudeva Sutam Devam
Kamsachanuramaradana
Devaki Paramanandam
Krishnam Vande Jagadguru
Bhishma Drona Tata Jayadata Jala
Gandhara Leelotpala
Shalya Gragavati Kripena Vahani
Gardena Velakula
Ashwattama Vikarna Ghora Makara
Duryodhanavartini
Sotira Kalupalda Vairadhanade
Kaivartaka Keshava
Parasharya Vachasaroja Mamalam
Gita-gandhodatam
Nana Kyadaka Kesaram Harikatha
Sambodhanabodhitam
Loke Sajjana Shatpadaira Haraha
Viviyamanamudha
Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Kalivala
Radvamsiyam Shreyase
Mukhav Karoti Vachalam
Bangam Langayate Girim
Yat Kripatamaham Bande
Paramanandamadanam
Yam Brahma Varurendra Rudra Maruta
Tunvanti Divye Sakaye
Vejay Saga Parakramo Parashidai
Gayantiyam Samada
Yara Vastita Tadagatena Manasa
Pashyantiyam Yogino
Yashyantam Navidu Sura Suragara
Devaya Tasmai Namah
Oh, Gita, chapter 4. verse 37. Api chedasi papebhyah sarvebhyah papakritamah sarvam gyan plavedaiva naiva vijjinam santarishyase vijjinam santarishyase. Oh, well. Took a long time to get it up there, so let us do it again. Apichedasi papebhyah
Apichedasi papebhyah
sarvebhyah papakritamah sarvajnana plavedaiva vijjinam santarishyase. Jnana plavena, that word, remember that. By the boat of transcendental knowledge. Jnana, no, please put it back. Put it back. Oh. Jnana, you see this at the bottom? Sarvam jnana pradedaiva. That's sarvam. All such sinful reaction. Jnana plavena, sinful. Knowledge transcendent, by the boat of transcendental knowledge. Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna, Apichedasi papebhyah. Even if you are considered as a great sinner, you have done lots of wrong things in your lives, etc., etc. Then, sarvebhyah papa kritam. Sarvebhyah, of all, you are the greatest of all sinners. Sarvam jnana pradedaiva. By the boat of meditation, by the boat of bhakti, what I told you about this morning, sadhana bhakti and siddha bhakti. Sadhana bhakti, what you do, how you pray to the Lord, and how you know you are gaining, when you have less anger, less greed, less jealousy, when you are free from people respecting you and wanting you to be there, when you are free like space, when you are alone alone like space, not lonely, alone like space, and filled with energy, then you will understand. Santarishyasi, you will completely cross what? Vrijjanam, the ocean of miseries. It is not because you're a sinner, it means that you're condemned. Even Bhagwan is saying that. Even Bhagwan is saying, although you think you're a sinner and people condemn you, but the Lord does not condemn you. You know, like how a mother and father know that the child is wrong. They know. They will scold the child. But when outsiders come and interfere, then the mother be like a tiger in a pen and will scratch your eyes out. Leave the mother and father to scold. But unfortunately, some parents do not scold their children. And last Sunday, you all saw in this temple where they came to do bhajan for two little children who were killed by a pampered child. A pampered child who got fast scars and just ripped these two children apart. Got 1 year in prison. Is there any justice for this? You ask. So, Bhagwan, even Bhagwan, does not condemn us. This is what the shloka is telling there. वह कौन तेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ, वह कौन है तेरा मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ, डबल ले घड़ी भर ये छैया पाएगा कहाँ,
कौन है तेरा।
We are all travelers of this world. We are all travelers. Remember, we are alone. You worship your children, you worship everybody. Remember, do all of that. But in the back of your mind, the back of all of our minds, not your mind too, all of our minds, we must remember, we are alone. वह कौन तेरा मुसाफिर
जाएगा कहाँ, दम ले ले घड़ी भर ये छैया पाएगा कहाँ, वहाँ
कौन तेरा। कहती है ज्ञानी दुनिया है पानी, पानी पे लिखी लिखाई है सबकी देखी, है सबकी ज्ञानी, हाथ किसी के नाई, हाथ किसी के नाई। कुछ तेरा न मेरा, कुछ तेरा न मेरा,
मुसाफिर जाएगा कहाँ, दम ले ले घड़ी भर ये छैया पाएगा कहाँ, वहाँ कौन है तेरा।
ऐसे हनुमान चालीसा से भगवान भगवान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम, यो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम, यो जी हनुमान। सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, हनुमान। सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम, यो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम, यो जी हनुमान।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज
निज मन मुकुर सुधार,
बलराम रघुवर विमल जसु,
जो नायक बल चार।
बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके
सुमिरो पवन कुमार,
बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि।
हरहु कलेश विकार। हमारे राम जी को राम राम, यो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम, यो जी हनुमान।
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर,
जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर,
रामदूत यतुलित बलधामा,
अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा।
महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी,
सुमति निवास सुमति के संगी,
कंचन बरन विराज सुवेशा,
कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा।
हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे।
हमारे राम जी को राम राम, यो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम, यो जी हनुमान।
शंकर सुवर्ण केसरी नंदन,
तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन,
विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर,
राम काज करबे को आतुर।
प्रभु चरित सुनिबे को रसिया,
राम लखन सीता मन बसिया,
सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा,
विकट रूप धरि रंग जरावा।
भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र की काज सवारे।
हमारे राम जी को राम राम, यो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम, यो जी हनुमान।
लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए,
श्री रघुवीर हर वीर लाए,
रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाए।
तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई।
Sasavanantavaro Yasagawai
असगल श्रीपति कंठ लगावे
Sarkadika Brahmadi Munisha
नार विशाल सैसा
Yavakubera Jagapala Jahate
कभी गोविंद के संगे कहाते
Tumupakara Sukdeva Itina Rama Milaya Rajaparadina Hanuman Ji Hanuman Ji Hanuman Ji
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
Tumuro Manta Vibhishana Nana
लंकेश्वर में सब जग जाना
Yuga Sahasa Yojana Parabhado
नील्योताई मधुर फल चालो
Prabhu Bodhika Melivaka Bhaye
जननी लागी गए अचिर नारी
Durga Vakash Jagat Ke Jete
सुगम अनुग्रह तुम देते
Rama Duare Tumara Kavare
भूतल आज्ञा बिन पैसारे
Sab Sakala Hai Tumari Sarana
रक्षक बाहु को डरना
Apar Teja Samaro Ape Tino Lok Hakate Kape
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
Bhut Prasachal Katalai Hawai
महावीर जब नाम सुनावे
Dasai Roga Harai Sabapira
जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा
Sakata Se Hanuman Churavai
मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जोड़ावे
Samparama Tapasvai Raja
जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा
Aura Manorat Jo Koi Lave
कोई अमित जीवन फल पावे
Charo Yuga Paratap Tamara
हे पर सीत जगत उजियारा
Sadhu Sant Ke Tumara Kavare Asura Nikantar Ram Dulare
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
Ashta Siddhi Raudiri Ke Data
असबर दीन जानकी माता
Ram Rasayana Tumare Pasa
सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा
Tumare Bhajan Ram Ko Bhave
जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे
Antakal Raghavan Pura Jai
श्यामा धर्म हरि भक्त कहाई
Aura Devata Chitra Narai Hanumat Se Sarva Sukha Karai Hanuman Ji Hanuman Ji Hanuman Ji
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
Sakar Katai Mitai Sabha Pera
जो सुमिरे हनुमत बल बीरा
Jai 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 Hanuman Vasai
कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई
Jo Satabar Baat Kar Koi
झूठे बंदी नाश होई
Jo Satabar Jo
जो
Jo Pade Hanuman Chalisa
कोई सिर साथी गौरी सा
तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय मरेरा
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
पवन तनय
हनुमान
संकटहरण मंगल मूर्ति राम लखन सीता सहित देव सब सुर
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता
We're going to meditation, and we hope this meditation will take us that path, that spiritual path, where we can be free, we can be nothing, we can respect everyone, but we ourselves don't want any respect. Freedom from desires. Keeping your time and always chanting the Lord and have full faith in Him. he tried us right up to the brim, right up to the edge, to see whether your faith will waver. Prabhuji,
प्रभु जी
daya karo,
दया करो
man mein
मन में
adabaso.
आने बसो
तुम बिना लागे सुना, तुम
बिना लागे सुना
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो,
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो
तलतमलत पूजा नहीं जानू,
तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जान
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू,
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मान
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको,
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
अब तो आकर बहादुरो,
अब तो आकर बहादुरो
we go to meditation, 2 pranayams, and then silence. asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya
Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya
Mrityormaya mritamgamaya
Om Shanti 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Bhakti ke deep jalao
Bhakti ke deep jalao
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ
जरा से पीड़ मिटाओ
अमृत रस बरसाओ ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
जीवन को नित महकाओ
जीवन को नित महकाओ
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ
हर संताप गताओ
नारायण को हर्षाओ ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
ओम सहनावतु सहनौ सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति 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 सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ओम शांति 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 Rub your hands, your face. Ask that all that energy comes within you. Ask Bhagwan to bless you with energy like space, that you can conquer anything in this world within reason. Today's Piti Bhoj is supplied by Sunil Ghai and family. And we pray for their parents of both sides, Sunil and Asha, and ask that wherever their Jivatma is, may Bhagwan bless them and keep them good. Next thing is we have our dialysis dinner is coming up on Saturday night. I'm asking you all to please attend and buy a ticket or sponsor, whatever the case may be. If you can do something for us. All I want to let you know today is that I just came there I just came back from Guyana again, and I think by the end of the year, we should be nearly self-sufficient. By the end of the year, if everything goes well, I wouldn't have to ask for any more money for the dialysis clinic. We can do other projects if we want. I would like to adopt a village in India, which I am looking into. So we'd like to do that. Can you go back to see the Sunil Ghai's thing? Sunil Ghai, can you get it? Well, you wait a minute.
Yep.
So Sunil and Ashu Ghai and family, in memory of their fathers, Lata Shri Vastiram Ghai and Shri Vishwa Mittar Mehta. Punjabi, they're all Punjabi, so they're all Punjabi names. So we ask wherever they are Jivatma is, may Bhagwan bless them. Ekadasi is on Wednesday, May 25th, but we are not going to do Abhishek on that day. We are going to do it on Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. because that Raj is alone here. If we start at 8 o'clock, it gets too late for him. So 7:30 in the morning, 7:45, hopefully we can start. Pradosh Puja is on Friday, so we'll start at 6 o'clock. Pradosh Puja and Devi Puja. Our gala, I told you about that. Mental health workshop on Thursday, 2nd of June and 9th of June. It's free and it's done by renowned psychiatrists of University of Toronto. So please attend and ask any question. Mental health Thursday 2nd and next week, June 9th, from 7 to 9. Mr. and Mrs. Ramdia, cordially invite you with family to a 3-day session of Rama Yagna, Friday, June 10th, Saturday, June 11th, Sunday, June 12th. Everybody got that? Good. Our coach? Someone can't forget about that. They got enough people. I think we got to close now because it's late. So let us go. Shri Radhe Gobind, Bhajamana Shri Radhe Radhe.
Shri Radhe Govind, Bhajman Shri Radhe.
Shri Radhe Jai Jai Radhe Radhe Shri Radhe.
Jai Radhe.
Bolo Shri Radhe Gobind, Bhajamana Shri Radhe Radhe.
Shri Radhe Govind, Bhajman Shri Radhe.
Hare Vrindavan mein,
Radhe Radhe.
Vrindavan mein,
Radhe Radhe.
Nandagaon mein,
Radhe Radhe.
Nandagaon mein,
Radhe Radhe.
Hey, Barsane mein,
Radhe Radhe.
Barsane mein,
Radhe Radhe.
Vishnu Mandir mein,
Radhe Radhe.
Vishnu Mandir mein,
Radhe Radhe.
Vishnu Mandir mein.
Radhe Radhe.
Hey, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Rad
जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, सद्गुरु देव की जय। ओम नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्तजनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ देवः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय हो, धर्म की जय हो, अधर्म का नाश हो, प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो, विश्व का कल्याण हो। हर हर महादेव शंभो शिव 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 श्री राधे।
But no, Baba, you were hearing the echo. You were hearing